everyone. Welcome back to Phenomena. I'm your host, Mimi Dibbs. This is episode 4 of the best show on YouTube / Spotify / all their podcasting channels. Thank you again for coming back. Today is a big deal because we are covering one of the biggest phenomena around, one might say, the Bermuda Triangle. And super exciting, we have a special guest scriptwriter, friend of the pod, Griffin Davies. Yay! I like to call him Gravies, but he doesn't like it. But my name is Griffin Davies. Mush it together, it's Gravies. Hello. But yeah, so he helped write the script for this week. Very, very excited to check it out. Before we go further, though, I do want to shout out, not that she's ever probably going to see this. I mean, it would be amazing if she did. Geo Rutherford. She is known for her Spooky Lake series on TikTok. You know, the platform that was taken away from us less than 12 hours. And then we thanked Trump for giving us the thing that he took away in the first place. Fun. This is the bad place. But yeah, her Spooky Lake series is amazing. She made a book. She illustrated this book. She's an amazing illustrator. Highly, highly suggest checking this out. She makes she used to specifically make videos about spooky lakes and spooky bodies of water around Halloween time, I want to say. But either way, good soup. This is good soup. Alrighty. So without further ado, I know you guys are chomping at the bit. Is that a thing? Is that a saying? Chomping at the bit? Like fish? Is that a fishing term? I can hear the screams. I can hear the cries for me to start the episode already. I get it. Hear you loud and clear. This is my lovely script for this week. Again, written by Griffin Davies, friend of the pod. Thank you so much, Griffin. He used to actually have his own podcast called Doomed Millennials. And I keep telling him that he should resurface that because we are indeed doomed millennials. And it would be a good anthology of what doomed millennials think. Anywho, instead of holding it so that I'm not looking down the whole time, I'm actually going to be putting it on this easel in front of me. So I'm still looking at it, but just it's in front of me. Okay, without further ado, this is the Bermuda Triangle, lost and found. The Bermuda Triangle, or as I like to call it, the ocean's ultimate escape room. Yes, but with fewer clues and a hell of a lot more disappearances. Planes vanish, ships disappear, and every conspiracy theorist with a YouTube channel has an opinion. Wow, way to call me out. Okay, yes, I will have an opinion by the end of this. Sue me. But what is exactly going on in this enigmatic patch of ocean? Is it aliens, a portal to another dimension, or just some really bad weather? Put on your tinfoil hats. Yes. Actually, that's the other part of the cult that we're starting. Everyone needs to get a tinfoil hat. You can get it just, at the very front. We give them out for free. Put on your tinfoil hats and buckle up because we're about to dive head first into the watery void of the Bermuda Triangle. Getting into the lore. First, let's establish the geographical basis. Yes, thank you, Griffin, because I have no concept of geography at all. The Bermuda Triangle spans roughly 500,000 square miles between Miami, Florida, Bermuda, and Puerto Rico. The legends became more mainstream in 1945 with the disappearance of Flight 19, a squadron of 5 Navy bombers on a training mission. The squadron, love a good squadron. The squadron was led by Lieutenant Charles Taylor, a man with over 2,500 flight hours. So he wasn't just holding space for the lyrics of Defying Gravity. He was used to this kind of airtime. He was not out here trying to defy gravity. All right. He went in with a good amount of experience, as you should, as one should. The mission was simple. Bomb some shoals, fly a triangle, and head back. No big deal, right? Wrong. Around 4 p.m., Taylor radioed in. Both my compasses are out. I think we're in the Keys, but not sure. 10-4. Do they say 10-4 in flights? I don't know. They say it in trucks. Spoiler alert, they were not in the Keys. As the crew debated directions, fuel ran low, the sun set, and the weather worsened. The last transmission? We'll have to ditch. When we're out of gas, we all go down together. And then silence. Ooh, spooky. They never made it back. When a rescue plane was sent to find them, it vanished too. Cue dramatic music. But Flight 19 wasn't the Triangle's first mystery, the Bermuda Triangle. Back in 1918, the USS Cyclops, a Navy cargo ship with over 300 people on board, also disappeared without a trace. Yeah, that's like the main thing that I know about the Bermuda Triangle is that it tends to like swallow people up and then people just vanish or like go into another dimension or whatever it is that happens at the Bermuda Triangle. But like lots of people go missing, never to be seen again, never to be found again. I don't understand what it is. If it's like a void or like a whirlpool, or I think it's just an area. It's a spooky, haunted area. When the United States declared war on Germany, support ships like this one were needed to carry supplies amongst our allies. The Cyclops' I forgot it was called the Cyclops. The USS Cyclops' final mission was to transport nearly 10,000 tons of coal from Virginia to Brazil and bring back 11,000 tons of manganese ore. Why does that sound like something that you could go and mine in Stardew Valley? The Cyclops made it to Brazil, but on their return journey, they never made it back to the States. One of the officers that disembarked before the ship left Brazil and said the ship's commanding officer was a bit of a douche, our words, not his. He called him a douche. Or what if they were just French? They were like, hey, he has to take a shower. He needs to douche. And that he'd made choices on the first leg of the journey that put the crew's life at risk. Ooh, kind of a douche move. Some people think there may have been failed mutiny, but there's no way to know because there was never any distress signals, debris, or anything. That's the other scary part, is that like people don't know they're going missing until they are missing. And then they just like don't even put out a distress signal, which distresses me quite a bit. Then there's the SS Marine Sulphur Queen. Ooh, we love a good Sulphur Queen. Try saying that 10 times really fast. No, I literally couldn't even say it the first time. SS Marine Sulphur Queen, SS Marine Sulphur Queen, SS Marine Sulphur Queen, which disappeared in 1963. The ship was carrying 15,260, remember all of these amounts, they're going to be on the test later, 15,260 tons of molten sulfur, another thing that sounds like you could totally mine in Stardew Valley. But also, fun fact, John and I, my fiance and I, went to these hot springs in California that we found in like kind of the middle of like a mountain / in the middle of nowhere. And I didn't realize that everything would smell like sulfur and eggs. So yeah, just a heads up, if you go to a hot spring, like a natural hot spring, it's going to be very sulfury. And don't wear silver because it's going to tarnish. But you can quickly just put like baking soda and boiling water in like aluminum foil, like line a bowl in aluminum foil and put baking soda and boiling water. If you wear any, like some of my jewelry got tarnished, but then you can like get it out. Like this necklace got tarnished. It was all like orange when I went into the hot springs, but now it's just clearly not orange. Science, Bill Nye, the science guy. Thank you so much, Bill, for your service. Anyway, the ship was carrying 15,260 tons of molten sulfur, which, by the way, is highly explosive. Again, women in STEM, science. After the disappearance of the ship and her crew, isn't it interesting how ships are usually referred to as women? So are cars. After the disappearance of the ship and her crew, new requirements were written to provide greater protection against the evolution of explosive cargoes. Thank goodness. No one outright said the ship blew up, but no one was saying it didn't blow up either. If it blew up, wouldn't it have debris that people would be able to find? And don't forget the countless smaller vessels and aircraft that have vanished over the years. If you're looking for a place to accidentally lose your ex's belongings, this might be it. Oh, sorry. Yeah. You wanted the box of your stuff back? It's actually at the bottom of the Bermuda Triangle. My bad. Sorry. I just kind of like accidentally stumbled on it and threw it overboard. Sorry. Let's not forget the infamous case of Carol A. Deering, a 5-masted schooner. What is a schooner? Found aground. Wow. Are you Dr. Seuss? Found aground in 1921 off Cape Hatteras. The Deering was spotted on January 31st, 1921, run around with her sails set, lifeboats gone, and a meal laid out like her crew had just stepped away, but forever. No sign of the crew, no anchors, no navigational tools, just the eerie remnants of a ship that had lost more than just its way. Days before, the ship had been seen by a lookout who reported that the crew was milling about, and the crewman, who did not look or act like an officer, stated that the ship had lost its anchors. A roaring 20s Captain Jack Sparrow, perhaps. The following day, the ship was seen taking a peculiar course. The ship was then found completely abandoned. Theories ranged from piracy to mutiny to, of course, paranormal activity. Do you guys remember when the Paranormal Activity movies came out? That was good cinema. Let's bring that back. What if they did a Paranormal Activity Bermuda Triangle version where it's like a whole movie, but then they kind of did that with the Blair Witch Project. I don't know. There's something there. Let's flesh it out. And who could overlook the mystery of Ellen Austin in 1881? Wow. Okay. So the Bermuda Triangle has been taking people from all decades, 1800s, 1900s. There's probably someone yesterday that went missing at the Bermuda Triangle. Let's be real. I can't see. These are like the names of people. Oh, right. So Carol A. Deering is a ship. It's a schooner, whatever that means. And then the Ellen Austin it's so confusing that they're named after people. But the Ellen Austin, a 210-foot schooner. Oh, another schooner. We love a good schooner. On her voyage from London to New York, found herself in the heart of the Bermuda Triangle when Captain Bake spotted a mysterious unmanned vessel cruising alongside them. Creepy. Ooh, that's like, what are the self-driving cars all over LA? Waymos. Yes. I'm not going to lie. I still literally stop and I'm like, is anyone driving that? So basically, what you're telling me is they had Waymo ships back then. Wow, in the 1800s, very progressive. For 2 days, Captain Bake tried to establish contact, radio silence. With curiosity piqued, he and his crew boarded the ghostly craft. No, don't board it. What are you doing? That's like going into the basement when you hear sounds coming from the basement. Get out of the house and call the cops. Him and his crew boarded the ship. I guess his curiosity was piqued. So him and his crew boarded the ghostly craft only to discover it fully stocked with supplies, but eerily devoid of life. Ooh, just like that other ship that had like everything laid out, but then people gone. Ooh. He tried to bring the ship back with him to New York, but a storm swept it away and vanished. No. The storm knew. It was like, delete the evidence. He searched for it again and saw it, but was never able to get it or get to it. Like a mirage? It sort of haunted him and others, apparently reporting that they'd spotted it in sailing around Florida. Spooky, right? Yeah, that's a ghost ship. The mirages of the ghost after the storm had wiped it out. That's a mirage ship for sure. Maybe it's like, I wonder if there's mermaids at the Bermuda Triangle. I feel like that would make sense. But like, if anything, that ship kind of acts like mermaids in that it intrigues nearby sailors and ship captains and crews. Come explore me. Oh my God. What was that Courage the Cowardly Dog episode? That guy, it was like one of the scariest episodes. That show was a trip. That one episode where he's like, return the slab. Do y'all remember Return the Slab? Guys, that haunted my nightmares. So that's kind of what I see on the ship is just return the slab. Alrighty, so on to the theories, of which there are plenty. So what's the deal with the Bermuda Triangle? Is it cursed, sentient, just a misunderstood body of water? Let's unpack some of the leading theories. Yeah, actually the Bermuda Triangle is just a really emo kid that's like, oh, how much you people love it? Mom, get out of my room. God, I just made like a ship of people disappear. Can you not just come in without knocking? That's the rest of the ocean being like, Bermuda, cut it out. Let's unpack some of the leading theories. Number 1, bad weather and rogue waves. Some experts believe the Bermuda Triangle is just an unlucky spot for weather. It's prone to sudden storms, hurricanes, and something called rogue waves, towering walls of water that appear out of nowhere and can engulf ships in an instant. That's terrifying. Waves are scary, and some ships, if they're haunted. Add in shallow reefs and tricky currents, and it's a nautical nightmare. Aye, Captain. All right, so theory number 1, just very unlucky spot for really bad weather. But then, has it gotten any worse with global warming, or has it always been this bad? Because I don't know. I wonder, is it just a natural epicenter where the currents and waves and whatnot just aren't driving? I don't know if I believe just that. Too many weird, creepy things have happened at the Bermuda Triangle. On to theory number 2, magnetic anomalies. Ooh, pilots have long reported that their compasses go haywire in the Bermuda Triangle. One theory is that it's a hotbed of magnetic anomalies where the Earth's magnetic field acts like it's had one too many margaritas. Like you go in there and it's like, north is that way. Actually, I'm pretty sure north is this way. Guys, trust me, all right? Trust me. Hold my beer. Oh, let me find north. These anomalies could mess with navigation systems and lead to, you guessed it, disappearances. Yeah, I feel like a lot of the disappearances of flights and ships and whatnot tend to have to do with the miscommunication with the people on board and the captains thinking they're going one direction and thinking that they're in a certain area when the rest of the air traffic control or whatever thinks that they're there but can't find them. And then so it's just a miscommunication. I don't know. That's crazy because I feel like even when people are in the Bermuda Triangle, they're weirdly hidden or they don't appear on search party software. I don't know. That's crazy. Theory number 3, aliens. Of course, no discussion of the Bermuda Triangle is complete without bringing in our extraterrestrial friends. I mean, don't aliens come from the ocean. So that checks out. That makes sense to me. Maybe they're like, okay, we're not going to make any contact except for if you come into our little triangle, then it's fair game. It's like the Squid Game, where if you're like in that little area, it's like, hey, we can fight to the death and they're going to win, obviously. Some people believe the area is a UFO hotspot or even a portal to another dimension. After all, what better place for aliens to abduct people in a vast, empty ocean, i.e. their home territory? If you're playing a game and you're away and aliens are at home, like they're gonna win. That's sports 101. Theory number 4, Atlantis. Yes, the mythical sunken city of Atlantis gets dragged into this too. Really? Some theorists claim the Bermuda Triangle is home to advanced Atlantean technology, maybe even a death ray. Is this like Mermaid Man and Barnacle Boy? Because that's so SpongeBob coded. A death ray? Sure, it sounds far-fetched, but it's not the least believable thing on this list. But is the theory that Atlantis is still like fully functioning and that they have like a technology? Like, I wonder if the theory is similar to how in Black Panther, they like Wakanda had like that like hidden kind of thing that made it look from like the top like it was all trees, but that when you infiltrate through it, you can see that they actually have like a civilization. So I wonder if like that's kind of what it is. And when people get too close to Atlantis, then they like shoot this little death ray and then, you know, blow intruders into smithereens, and then they just go about their Atlantis-y days. I mean, I feel like if mermaids were real, they'd probably live in Atlantis, right? That checks out. And theory number 5, human error. Oh, good old human error. When isn't human error involved? Let's be real, not every ship captain or pilot is a maritime genius. Some of these accidents could just come down to poor decision-making or bad luck. Mix human error with bad weather and faulty equipment, and you've got a recipe for disaster. Okay, true. However, the sheer amount of cases of like disappearances at the Bermuda Triangle, like that's what makes the whole human error thing a little less believable to me, because then that would mean that it would have to be human error every time. I understand if like once or twice, yeah, like people make mistakes, but wouldn't you think they would have like learned from them? Like, I don't know, have there been successful trips through the Bermuda Triangle, or is it almost always a recipe for disaster? I don't know. I don't think it's a human error thing. Honestly, aliens is probably my main theory. I'm not gonna lie, especially since last we checked, they're from the ocean. So that makes sense to me. All right, so what's the truth / our take, our truth, okay? We believe science. So here's the thing. Most scientists agree that there's nothing particularly supernatural about the Bermuda Triangle. Okay, so it's not ghosts. It's a heavily traveled area with unpredictable weather, fair, and accidents are bound to happen. In fact, the U.S. Coast Guard doesn't even recognize the Bermuda Triangle as an official hazard zone. So they're saying like, if you're going through the Bermuda Triangle, like you're probably going to experience an accident, and that's kind of on you because the weather's so bad. That's boring. Ugh, I guess the whole bad weather thing is like the only thing that we can like observe, because I'm pretty sure we've seen that weather is not the best over there. But that's boring, right? What's the fun in saying it's just bad weather? Whether it's aliens, Atlantis, or particularly vengeful sea god. Ooh, I like this third option. Oh, from Atlantis, Ariel's father, Triton? Honestly, Zaddy. The Bermuda Triangle remains one of those mysteries we want to believe in, because life is just more exciting when the ocean might secretly be plotting against you. I'd say so. Otherwise, what's the fun? In closing, what do you think? Is the Bermuda Triangle a watery black hole for planes and ships, or just the ocean with a bad PR problem? Whether you're team alien, team Atlantis, or team let's not overthink it. One thing's for sure, the next time your flight passes over the Bermuda Triangle, oh my God, do flights still pass over the Bermuda Triangle? I actually never want to know if I'm over the Bermuda Triangle, because then I'm just going to like overthink it and be like, oh my God, am I in another dimension all of a sudden? The next time your flight passes over the Bermuda Triangle, maybe just pack a parachute. Awesome. This is not helping my anxiety, for peace of mind. Wow. That was beautifully written. Thank you so much, Griffin. And thank you, Ruben, of course, for all scripts go through Ruben. So like Ruben will add all the final editing touches and whatnot. So, but thank you so much. This is amazing. Okay. So as far as Pokemon, who are we assigning for this episode? So Ruben said that they think that it should be Delmies. And I got to say, I agree. Spooky Anchor Boy, 100%. That is giving Bermuda Triangle. That is maritime spookiness embodied in a Pokemon. Perfect. 10 out of 10. No notes. Again, we have an email. If I didn't make that clear enough in the last episode, we have an email, phenomena.cases@gmail.com. Email us, whether it's just to engage, say hi, let us know what you think about the show, give us more topics to look into that you would like to particularly see covered, or if you would be interested in being a guest writer for a script for one of these weeks, like our lovely, amazing Griffin was. Thank you again, Griffin. Definitely let us know. New episodes come out every Wednesday at 6 p.m. PST. So be sure to set a reminder for yourself. Have Siri set a reminder for you. Subscribe, like, comment, all the stuff so that you don't miss an episode. But at the very least, just know that, around Wednesday evening / nighttime, a new episode will be up every week. Every single week, unless I decide to travel over the Bermuda Triangle. And then, if I go missing randomly, you'll know what happened. And Sarah Ann, you got to let me know what you think about this episode, because I know that you were super excited about the Bermuda Triangle one coming out. So you gotta let me know how Griffin did on this one. I think it was great though. So that's our show for this week. And remember, you can explore a rabbit hole without falling all the way down. Thanks so much, guys. Talk soon. See you next week. Bye.